Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. If you're new, my name is Georgia. Welcome, welcome. So, as you can see from the title, we're going to do a recap and a review of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 9. And yes, this is where I'm starting my review from, Episode 9. I wasn't sure if I wanted to review this season because, of course, as you know, Jen Shaw isn't there right now. She is serving her time in federal prison, and she was one of the reasons why I tuned in. However, from seeing the previews with Monica, I'm like, wait a minute, this girl have kind of the same personality as Jen. So let me see what she's about. But I didn't get a chance to watch the episodes until now. So I binge watch everything from episode 1 through 9. And I'm just going to start off the review with episode 9 and then insert things as I remember from other episodes because I didn't jot anything down. But my overall thing is I thought it would have been a boring season, but girl, no. I am telling you, Monica is bringing it this season. Lisa is bringing it this season. We have Meredith being super engaged. Remember, every other season, I'm not engaging. I'm not engaging in this conversation. She walks away. But this season, she is about it. And I'm like, what, Meredith? I didn't know you had it like that. And of course, we have our comics. We have our number one comic, Heather. Heather is hilarious with what she says. I really thought I would have seen more of Seth this season, but no, because I think he's funny as well. And also, Whitney. Whitney is bringing it. She is holding everybody accountable. I would say Whitney is the bone carrier this season more than any other. And of course, we have the return of Mary Cosby. And from watching through from episode 1 through 9, I say we didn't need to bring Mary back. I mean, I love her fashions. I love to see that, I really wanted to see if she would come back this season and be more engaged. But she's even more distant this season. She will get on the Sprinter van and ride around with the ladies. But she is not getting in there and getting in a conversation. She's not getting in there and having any fun. She's not engaging in any of the activities that the ladies have going on. So I don't know if Mary's gonna last. Maybe, yeah, we needed to see this season to see her and say, you know what, Mary, thank you for coming. It's great of you being a friend, but we really don't need you. I mean, we look to other ladies for the fashion. Lisa, per se, we'll look to Lisa for the fashions going forward. So we start off this episode. Like I said, Monica is bringing it for somebody who's fresh to the season, and Angie K as well. I mean, I am loving this season 4 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They are bringing it. So we start off the episode where we have Monica and Angie. They're meeting up, and this is after Angie had the Easter event at her house and invited everybody. I must say, Angie's house is beautiful. I mean, the scenery of Utah in the wintertime itself is gorgeous. But Angie's house is always beautiful. Remember, that's where Jen had her last big birthday party with Coach Shaw. And talking about that, they're not even going to do a cameo of Coach Shaw and the guys getting together, even though they have to hide the fact that they like each other and hide their friendship from their wives. But we'll touch back on that later. So we see Angie and Monica meeting. They're having lunch. And this is after the big blow up at Angie's house with Monica and her mom. And, Monica she is apologizing for her behavior and, the way things went because it was a family event. She told Angie at this sit down that her and her family don't really have family events. So it was good for her daughters to just be included in everything. As we know, Angie have 4 daughters and she just wanted them to feel included and feel loved by something having to do with the family. We have Angie giving Monica a gift. I think it's a journal for her and her daughters. And, they were telling each other about their childhood. So we find out that Angie lost her mother when she was 8 years old, and her mom has the same name as me, Georgia, just like Heather's middle daughter, Georgia. So we all have the same name. Yeah, girl. And she was letting her know that she lost her mom at 8, so she didn't have her mom to grow up with. So she was hoping that she would see, more of a cohesive relationship with her and her mom. So it made her sad to see what went down at her house. But Monica said even though it was sad for her to watch what was happening, and after she gave her some background about her situation, then she understood why what happened. If you don't know, Monica told the ladies in the last episode that when she was 12 years old, her mom decided she didn't want to be a mom anymore and just dropped her off with a family friend, a family that she knew in Pennsylvania. She left them with that family and went off to New York to live her life. So I'm not sure exactly when they came back together as a family. We do know that Monica moved to Utah, and then her mom and her grandma followed them there. So they've been trying to build a relationship. We see some little clips in it where Monica's oldest daughter is telling us that her grandma is gaslighting them, and she's reassuring her mom that she's doing a good job and she's not to worry that she's going to turn out to be like her mom. So we kind of see some trauma happening there. And yeah, her and Angie talked for a while. They exchanged some stories. They hugged it out and felt that they were in a good place. Now we go to Whitney's house. We see Whitney and Lisa. They're coming together. They're planning Bobby's 13th birthday party, and they're painting some tiki torch. I believe her daughter Bobby wanted the theme to be like a Hawaiian beach theme. She wanted everybody to dress in Hawaiian colors and do the luau and stuff like that. So now they're painting some tiki torches to actually decorate the space that they will be using for the party, which is a roller rink. And she invited quite a lot of people. So we have Whitney talking to Lisa about what happened at Angie's house. And Lisa is saying she feels that, that Monica is playing on the sympathy of the other ladies, that she doesn't believe that she doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, that she's the one causing all the trouble and stuff like that. So Whitney was like, come on, girl, you see how it was. We went skiing together. She told us some more things, and I believe what she's saying. And Lisa is like, well, we have to see because I don't believe it. So that was a quick thing with Lisa and Whitney at her house. Now we have Meredith and Heather catching up for lunch. They're talking about everything that's going on in the kids' lives. We have Heather's daughter, Georgia. She's getting ready for her prom. So she was saying how the shoes were late. She's tracking the package because the shoes to go with the dress wasn't there. They also talked about what happened at lunch. Remember, Meredith wasn't there. She wasn't invited, first of all. But she's like, it didn't matter anyway because she had the GLAD event to attend in Vegas. So she didn't go. And also Mary didn't go because Meredith didn't go. She thought it would have been boring. But from what I saw, they had a lot of fun at that party. They had a lot of fun at that Easter party. So they talked about that a little bit. Heather was telling Meredith that she felt upset because Lisa is not sharing the fact that Jack is going on his mission to Colombia with her. She feels that he is not Mormon enough because he wasn't brought up in the Mormon church. According to Heather, Lisa's Mormon church is she called it East Coast versus West Coast Mormon church. Like she could sell alcohol, which is something that is frowned upon in that church, and the fact that she could go into church with her shoulders out, which is frowned upon. Lisa's telling her that her bishop or whatever, or pastor, is not so strict, so she could go to church dressed a little bit different than the old-time devout Mormons. And Heather found that to be really stupid. Like she said, she's like, there's no way that's happening. She said, I don't even think they go to church on Sundays. But that was a little bit of friction there. So Heather was letting Meredith know her frustration regarding that. They talked a little bit more about other stuff happening in their lives, and then they went their way. Now we are at Heather's house, and they're wrapping the gifts for Bobby and her birthday. We have Heather calling Angie to find out what she's wearing and if Angie's taking her daughter with her so that her girls could be a little, big sister friend to her, because there's a little bit of age gap right there. So Angie, not knowing that she was doing something wrong, let Heather know that day before that they all went to had a little luncheon. It was Whitney and Justin. We have Angie K and her husband, and of course all of Lisa's family, where Lisa made the announcement where Jack is going to do his mission. And Heather was upset because she's like, I felt like I should have been invited to that lunch. Why is it she's still not including me in things after I've told her that, I did my mission and I just wanted to give him some heads up of what to expect. Of course, now Angie feels that she put her foot in her mouth, apologized, and like, oh my God, I put myself in the middle of this. What's going to happen? So they did that. She's like, all right, girl, I'll see you at the party. And they hung up. Now we're at the party. We have Bobby and her little friends meeting up at home. They get on the Magic school bus. They rented a school bus painted very nicely, decked out. It's a party bus for kids. And they all got on that and they went to the roller rink. Everybody came, all the families came, the dads came, everything. And I thought Justin wasn't going to be there because he pointed out to Whitney in an earlier episode that the party she's planning for Bobby, or they're planning for Bobby, is on the same weekend when he has a work conference to go to. And as we spoke about in earlier episodes and last season, remember Justin was terminated because I believe it was a conflict of interest where we had Whitney doing her skincare line, and I believe he was working for a cosmetic company, and because he was working for a cosmetic company, I believe that was breach of contract, so they terminated him. However, I do believe that he received a severance package, because within that package he had to sign a clause saying that he would not work for a year in that field, because I know they couldn't tell him he couldn't work for a whole year for anybody like any other industry. It had to be within the cosmetics field. And I think he liked that. He liked the fact that he worked in the cosmetics field and he was good at it. So he took the package and took the clause and just became at-home dad for 1 year, while Whitney focused on building her brand and also just to have him bond with the kids and give her some time. Because as you know, the kids were younger, of course. I believe they were still in their, because now Bobby's turning 13, still have a younger brother. So they were young kids that needed to be, constant supervision. So that's what Justin was doing for a year while Whitney was building her brand. And yes, companies do that. When you're getting hired to work at a company, make sure you read that contract through and through, because it will tell you in there what you can and cannot do. And if you break the contract, it's going to be a problem. So as I was saying, so it was great. I was hoping to see Coach Shaw, because the men, they have a great relationship as men, but it was good to see all of them come together for such a nice event. So while at the party now, we have our side conversations, everybody having their side conversations. Now we see Monica and Heather and Meredith sitting, and I think Meredith had to leave because she just did a quick, drop in, drop out. She grabbed Seth and she was like, okay, we're out of here. Now we leave Heather to talk to Monica, and she was like, Heather was like, I noticed that Lisa didn't come over here. What do you think that is? And Monica was like, I don't know. So then Heather goes in deeper. She's like, why is it that Lisa knows about your relationship with your mother? Did you have a conversation with her? She's like, no, I don't see why she should. Now Lisa comes over, they get to talking a little bit, and her and Monica is going at it real catty. Lisa decides, listen, I'm not going to be over here with her no more, and gets up and leave. So I think the discussion about the $60,000 ring that was lost at the airport bathroom, and Monica telling Lisa, listen, it's not that serious. People got bigger problems they're going through, and we got to hear about your $60,000 ring being lost 10 times while they were on their trip in Palm Spring. I think that's still rubbing her the wrong way, both of them. Well, Lisa, of course, told her, listen, I work hard for my money. I can afford to live this lifestyle, and therefore I like nice things. I'm going to buy it. So, live with it. And I don't think Monica liked that. The fact she's telling them, listen, I wear Zara and I wear Steve Madden and I still make it look good. And I don't even have to name drop what I'm wearing. You know, I don't have to name drop labels. I don't have to tell people what everything costs. She's like, you're shallow and stuff like that. These are the things that they were saying to each other at the birthday party. So Lisa decides she's not going to be talking to her no more. She gets up and she walks away. So, of course, side conversations all over the place. Eventually, the party ends. And we had a great birthday party for Bobby, of course. You know, the drama between the ladies, as always. So now we have Lisa and John at home. Lisa is telling John, you know, even though you were in the party, you didn't know this happened. And he told her everything that went back and forth with Lisa and Monica. At one point, Whitney started texting Lisa, and she just, in the middle of the conversation with her husband, just started texting and focusing on that. I guess the dog already saw what was about to happen, because as soon as she started texting, the dog left the room. And then John was like, you know what? I'm going to go take the dog out for a walk. And she's like, okay, love you. Knowing full well, I don't even think she heard what he said. She was deep in the conversation, the texting conversation with Whitney, because Lisa is upset about what's going on with her and Monica. Now we have Heather and Georgia. Hey, Georgia. She is getting ready for her prom, her beautiful blue dress. You know, her mom is doing her hair. Heather tells us about who she's going to the prom with. Nice young man, she said, is from, I think she said, Bogota? No, that's where John is going, or Jack is going for his mission. But I forget where her prom date is from. She likes them as a family. She's kind of happy that she's not going with the Mormon kids, because she worries about them. Because since she's written her book, she feels that they're getting a lot of backlash at school. They're telling her she's looking too much into it. It's not that much. They actually find it comical, so she needs to stop worrying. But yeah, she's getting ready for her prom. Her date comes with a nice bouquet of flowers. They give each other their compliment. They take their pictures, and they are off to the prom. So now, the last event of the evening is Whitney's jewelry event. I went on the website. The jewelry are actually really pretty, and they're reasonably priced. So they have the event that they're doing. Everybody comes out, supported friends. Some of the friends are actually wearing pieces that I see on the website. Like Angie had on a sunburst necklace, which is really, really pretty. And I like the actual, just the plain double stack chain. I believe another lady in the background was wearing that from what I'm seeing. So now, first thing, Lisa comes into the event. She sees Angie, and she gets to talking to Angie about Monica. Now, Monica comes in, and somehow, I don't know how it happened, Lisa wanted everybody to be hearing her gripe about what's going on between her and Monica. We have Whitney tell her, listen, girl, I have an event going on here, and I need to get up and give a speech. So therefore, hold that thought right there. I'm going over here to do my my speech and introduce everyone to the jewelry line. Just be here for me. We have Whitney in the confessional showing her how upset she is that Lisa is just not allowing her to do what she needs to do. Now, at some point, we have Monica, Angie, and Lisa come together. We have Angie in the middle. They start talking to each other over Angie's head. As we know, Angie's not very tall, even with heels on, so they kind of like talking right over her. They are throwing out insults at each other. We have Angie pushing them apart. Even during the middle of Whitney's speech, they're talking. So at one point, Whitney actually had to call her out and say, Lisa Barlow, stop talking. Because she was doing a soundboard or a sound bowl where the lady was moving the crystal around the bowl and it was making a noise. However, and it's supposed to be calming. And then we have Whitney say, where is Meredith when I need her? And we have the flashback where Meredith tell Angie K, you can leave. So that was hilarious to me. I'm telling you, they're coming. The producers and these cast members are coming with the humor this season. So eventually Whitney was like, guys, I thank y'all for coming, even though I know some of you in the background really didn't get the spirituality going. I think I still thank you for coming out. So yes, that was that. Then the ladies left. At one point we had Monica and Angie talking, saying their goodbye, they're hugging it out. We see Lisa sees that and she gets upset. She's like, look at that over there. Look at that. They're hugging it out. I don't know who Lisa is wanting to hear her gripe or whatever. I think she needs Meredith back as a friend, or she needs to bring in a new friend just to hear her complain, because none of the other ladies are here for it. Like I said, I love the new addition to the crew. I love Monica. Monica is not backing down from none of them. She's letting them know, listen, I'm living my simple life. I'm here with my 4 daughters, trying to raise them as best as I can, and I'm not getting much help from my mom. And Angie K, I love the elegance she brings. Is it Angie K or Angie H? I still don't. I'm not sure. Well, the Angie, she is bringing the elegance, and I love to see it. And I'm looking forward to more episodes. I want to see more of Seth, and I do hope that Coach Shaw actually does a cameo, even though I don't think he will, because remember the show is based around the women and the men are bonus content. So I don't know if we're gonna see Coach Shaw at all this season. But even though I haven't watched it all season, like I said, I'm starting the review from episode 9. I will continue reviewing each episode going forward until the reunion. So make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more reality TV reviews, gossip, drama, just anything having to do with reality TV. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye bye.